Hello, everybody. This is Jimmy. You're reading with Jimmy. This is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. We're doing the analysis of pages 102 and 103 of Chapter 9, The Mock Turtle Story. We left off the last analysis with Alice meeting with the griffin and then seeing the mock turtle for whom she felt deep pity. You remember that? She finally meets the mock turtle. Top of page 102. What is his sorrow? Asked the griffin. And the griffin, she asked the griffin, I'm sorry. What is his sorrow? Alice asked the griffin. And the griffin answered very nearly in the same words as before. It's all his fancy, that. He hasn't got no sorrow, you know. Come on. It's all his fancy. Remember that word? We spent some time on that word. Fancy, imagination, right? It's all his imagination, the griffin says. It's all his imagination. He's got no sorrow. Come on. Come on. So they went to the mock turtle, who looked at them with large eyes full of tears, but said nothing. This here young lady, said the griffin, she wants for to know your history, she do. I'll tell her, said the mock turtle in a deep, hollow tone. Sit down, both of you, and don't speak a word till I've finished. Okay. Mock turtle's going to say something. Here we go. So they sat down, but nobody spoke for some minutes. Alice thought to herself, she's not saying this out loud, I don't see how he can ever finish if he doesn't begin. We've seen that concept before, haven't we? So she doesn't see how he can ever finish if he doesn't begin. Remember, somebody said start at the beginning, go through the middle, and then come to the end? But she waited patiently. Once, said the mock turtle at last with a deep sigh, I was a real turtle. These words were followed by a very long silence, broken only by the occasional exclamation of her from the griffin and the constant heavy sobbing of the mock turtle. So the silence is there. It's being broken only by the griffin going, coughing or whatever that word means, and the constant, sobbing of the turtle. Alice was very nearly getting up and saying, thank you, sir, for your interesting story, but she could not help thinking, there's a typo here, thinking that there must be more to come. Typos happen even in the best books. There must be more to come, so she sat still and said nothing. Again, she's very patient, right? When we were very little, the mock turtle went on at last, more calmly, but still sobbing a little now and then. We went to school in the sea. The master was an old turtle. We used to call him Tortoise. Why did you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one? Alice asked. We called him Tortoise because he taught us, said the mock turtle angrily. Really, you're very dull. Now the turtle's getting some energy, right? Taught us, tortoise. See the closeness? Tortoise, taught us. You ought to be ashamed of yourself for asking such a simple question, added the griffin, and then they both sat silent and looked at poor Alice, who felt ready to sink, right, into the earth. Sink into the earth. What's the difference between a turtle and a tortoise? You should look that up. One difference is tortoises spend most of their time on land, and turtles adapt for a life spent in the water. Okay, so there is a difference. I also finally defined mock, because the turtle said he used to be a real turtle. So Jimmy defined mock. Mock means not authentic or real, but without the intention of deception. Sometimes you mock somebody, right? You mock. I'm going to mock. I was mocked. Somebody mocked me. But when you mock, it's not authentic or real. It's fake. Not authentic means fake or not real, but without the intention of deception. It's a fake turtle. Or is it a fake turtle? In any case, at last the griffin said to the mock turtle, "Drive on, old fellow. Don't be all day about it." And he went on in these words. "Yes, we went to school in the sea. Though you mayn't believe it, I never said I didn't," interrupted Alice. "You did," said the mock turtle. "Hold your tongue," added the griffin, before Alice could speak again. Why does Alice keep interrupting? I wonder why. The mock turtle went on. "We had the very best of educations. In fact, we went to school every day." "I've been to day school too," said Alice. Every day, day school. See, you needn't be so proud of all that as all that. "With extras?" asked the mock turtle a little anxiously. "Did you go to school with extras?" "Yes," said Alice. "We learned French, music." "And washing?" asked the mock turtle. "Certainly not," said Alice, indignant. She's indignant. You can look that word up yourself. Certainly, we didn't study washing. "Ah, then yours wasn't really a good school," said the mock turtle in a tone of great relief. "Now at ours, they had at the end of the bill French, music, and washing extra." "You couldn't have wanted it much," said Alice, "living on the bottom of the sea." "Well, I couldn't afford to learn it," said the mock turtle with a sigh. "So I only took the regular course." "What was that?" inquired Alice. "Well, reeling and withering, of course, to begin with," the mock turtle replied. "And then the different branches of arithmetic. You know, ambition, distraction, uglification, and derision." I define derision for you over here. Alice says, "I never heard of uglification. What is it?" The griffin lifted up both paws in surprise. "Never heard of?" Wow. Wow. Look what the mock turtle's studying. What is ambition? The strong desire to do or achieve something, typically requiring determination and hard work. He doesn't look like a hard worker, does he? He studied distraction, a thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something else. Alice gets distracted pretty much, doesn't she? She keeps thinking to herself and she forgets she's in a conversation. Uglification, we're going to, what that means, we'll find out. And derision, which is ridicule or mocking. I think you can figure out making things ugly. What a couple of pages. This is an amazing story, isn't it? Alice keeps interrupting. And so this is the mock turtle story. What have we learned about him so far? Well, not much, except he went to school. This is Jimmy. You're reading with Jimmy. This is Chapter 9, the mock turtle story. We're analyzing pages 102 to 103. We've got a couple more pages to go in this chapter. Look forward to seeing you soon.